say that's why I think it's very important that women have a realistic self-assessment of their own physical attractiveness, because if you think you're a 10, you're going to be chasing that dude who you think is a 10.
I don't chase.
What? Okay, however you want to put it. You're going to be going after these guys who are like really attractive, that might be more attractive than you, that want to fuck you but will never give you commitment.
I don't value attractiveness in a man. That's not in my top priority when choosing a partner.
That's fine.
And with me, I agree with everything Brian is saying. And for me, it runs a little bit more personal than that because I am a certified relationship coach. So, and I have a huge clientele. So a lot of the women who come to me, these women come to me wondering why they aren't getting the dating outcomes that they want. And a lot of times it starts with them not being objective about their mate value, physical appearance, what they bring to the table, what they have to offer, who they are. And you have to remind them that these are the things that you woke up every day and told yourself in the mirror, daily affirmations. I'm a 10, I'm this, I'm going to manifest this, I'm going to attract the energy that I put out. All of that is bullshit. All of that is bullshit because you live in a world to where someone has to pick you too. It's just not about what you believe about yourself. It's about the way the world sees you as well. And if you have the expectations of as a woman, I want to attract this type of guy. I think I'm on the level of this type of guy. And the reality is you're not. You're really going to end up heartbroken. I'm telling you, like, I deal with these women who are heartbroken. They're disappointed. They wanted to be wives. They wanted to be married. They wanted to have kids, not out of wedlock. They're single mothers. All types of women, they're just disappointed. They're heartbroken. And if you would have started being objective and being able to take some constructive criticism and being able to say, well, you know what? You're right. It took this long for me to come to the realization that I'm not the shit that I thought I was, or I hyped myself up to be thinking that I was doing something, body positivity, or doing something for myself that was going to manifest what I wanted. I realized it didn't work like that, and now I'm here. And that's what I have to explain to them once they get there. So you ladies are young. You don't understand it. You don't see it. But if you continue to hold a certain attitude about yourself that is not aligned with reality, reality is going to show you what the fuck is up. And when it does, it's going to punch you in the face. And you're going to be so much more heartbroken and wish that you had just been more realistic and maybe took advantage of some of the opportunities that were presented to you in terms of dating, in terms of relationships with guys who could have been good partners, but because you felt that you were above him when you really weren't, by whatever metric you choose to use, now you're single. You're stuck. You're single. And you can't get what you want because you spent all your years that you should have been investing in those guys who are on your level, trying to get something better that you weren't really qualified for.
Let me ask, I want to, last thing on this. Do you guys want an average man? Going around the table, do you want an average man?
Define an average man.
5'9", 50K a year, salary, average looks, average personality, average guy.
I want him to make either like more than me or like exact the same as me, because I'm planning to have babies.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to create a family, and I need stability and I need support to do that.
Sure.
Honestly, I don't care as long as he has the life skills to bring to the table and we're able to grow together and fully provide for our family together.
Okay.
Considering my last two were below average, I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah. As long as he's a man of God.
Okay.
Like she said, I would want him to make as much or preferably more than me. And I also would want him to have an above average personality, to be honest, because I feel as though I have an above average personality as a woman. And I don't know if you guys might think that's delusional, but I think I do. And if you want, you can ask me questions. I try to think very positive. I never try to bring down other people unless they like bring down me, like that girl yesterday. I just chose like kindness. I'm very respectful. I always check up on my friends. I take care of my grandparents because my mother isn't able to, so whenever I'm at home it's like chaos because my grandma's paralyzed and my grandpa's very old, and I grocery shop for them, call my grandma every day and like tell her everything going on in my life. And I'm very close to all of my family. I stay connected with my friends. I always try to like ask them how they are and like open up to, and I'm very like open. I like to share my experiences because I want people to learn from them. And every step I'm taking towards my life lately, I try to be one of growth, and I try to spread that knowledge to the people in my life too. So I think that makes an exceptional personality, in my opinion.
You have an exceptional personality?
I think above average personality, yeah. And you can ask me more questions if you want.
Do you think you're charismatic?
I think so, yeah. But
Does somebody want to tell her?
wait, but again, I don't really think that's a personality trait.
Well, of course,
feel
charisma is a
like-
personality
Yeah, it
trait.
would
I
be.
feel
It
like
would.
that
It would
has
be.
some
it would be on the
looks attached to
extroversion.
it.
Yeah, it's a personality trait.
On the extroversion, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more extrovert than I am introverted.
Do you have a job?
Yeah, I do currently, yeah.
I think we have a... Here, what about you? Do you want an average guy?
I wouldn't mind it, but as she said, I would like someone who makes as much or more as me.
Okay, so you anticipate being a high earner? Or you are... Well, you're 20, so I mean...
My
This
goal
is-
is to
Do
earn
what?
high, yeah. And if I'm
How much do you want to earn? Or do you see yourself earning?
I mean, I would like to be, like, make it, yeah, I'd like to be well off. I'm sure anyone would like to be.
Well, whether you'd like to be or not is different than what actually will happen. What do you study in university?
Business.
Okay. So you anticipate making what? What are you gonna, you're a junior or senior?
Junior.
Do you know, have you looked into potential jobs? Have you researched starting salaries? What's your starting salary going to be out of high school? Or, sorry, not high school, out of college?
What do you mean?
Like how much?
It's
you're gonna make
amazing
a
to me.
year?
This is why I'm so against university is people are going to go into debt, spend 5 to 6 figures, rack up a bunch of student loans. Maybe some of you are privileged and your parents pay for it. Maybe you have savings. And you don't even know how much, like the anticipated salary of the field that you're pursuing in university. Like to me, it would occur, okay, before I
I
spend
have
all
an
this.
idea because I'm getting my real estate license right now.
Grid 1
Okay.
Motorsports donated $200. High
And-
value is not equals high net worth. Where all the good men, with women who value them. Why can you not find one? They see you coming a mile away. The men you want will not want you and your baggage.
And I'm not even directing this at you, but it's like so many people go to college, get 5 to 6 figures in student loan debt. They pursue, whatever some degrees are absolutely useless, and then they can't find a high-paying job. Like,
I agree
I feel
with
like you
that.
should know,
Yeah.
like, here's why I'm going to college, so that I can go into this field and I have a decent understanding of what the starting salary is and what I can expect to make over the course of 5, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it may be. So did you have something or?
I was gonna say, like, for example, when I worked at Jersey Mike's as a general manager, I made $100,000 that year, and that was how much I made that year. So in your field that you're going into out of college, how much will you be making on a yearly basis in that first year of working when you get out of college in your field that you want to go to? Let's say it's accounting. Let's say it's like a bank teller. How much would you make in that year? Is what I think you should.
I have multiple plans for myself. So I more than just real estate, I want to do interior design as well. So I'm just kind of just going for it. I'm saving up, and I feel like with real estate, which is kind of specific to me because that's what I'm interested
So are
in.
you working on getting a real estate license?
Yeah, I'm doing my 135-hour course right now.
Okay, cool.
And I think it varies with that specific field because it does depend on what the houses you sell and the area you're in.
Yeah, it's commission.
There's different factors. Oh, sorry.
Look, I just see the reality is most people are average. But what I'm seeing is a lot of people who are average don't want an average person as a partner. They think, here's what I want, but wouldn't it make sense that if you're an average person, don't you deserve to be with an average person romantically? Or are we just going to
Absolutely.
gas up women and say, even though you're average, even though you're not remarkable in any way, you deserve the best. You deserve a top 10% guy. No, top 10% women deserve top 10% men. 50% women deserve 50% men. That's how it is.
No, yeah, I agree. And I think to attract what you want, you have to be on that level. That's how it works scientifically as well. So for someone to want to attract someone specific, they better be matching that person or actively working towards that. And you can't expect to receive that if you're not doing what correlates.
We're going to move on. I have to get a couple chats.